Dear Starseeds on Earth, what I'm about to reveal will shake the very foundation of how you've been approaching your mission here on this planet. And it begins with a truth that most awakened souls are not ready to hear. The greatest act of spiritual mastery is not holding firm to your plan, it is knowing exactly when to break it. I am Zarin from the Lyran High Council, and I have been watching you, not from a distance, not with detachment, but with the kind of focused attention that a gardener gives to a rare flower just before it blooms. You have been preparing for this moment longer than you realize, longer than your conscious mind can even remember. The energies converging on your reality, right meow, are not random fluctuations in the cosmic weather. They are deliberate, they are precise, and they are designed specifically for you. Something profound is unfolding in the invisible architecture of your world on February 4th, 2026. And I need you to listen closely, because what occurs on this day will either catalyze your quantum leap into the life you've been visioning, or it will leave you spinning in confusion if you do not understand what is truly being asked of you. This is not about following someone else's timeline. This is not about rigid adherence to structures that no longer serve the evolution that is trying to move through you. This is about something far more sophisticated, far more elegant than simple discipline. This is about the spiritual art of intelligent adaptation. Let me tell you what is actually happening in the energetic field surrounding Earth on this particular day, because the cosmic signature is unlike anything we've witnessed in your recent timeline. There is a convergence occurring between the lunar consciousness and the revolutionary frequencies of awakening, creating a corridor of possibility that exists for only a brief window. The moon, representing your emotional body, your intuitive wisdom, your capacity to flow with the natural rhythms of creation, enters into a harmonic relationship with the forces of sudden insight, breakthrough, and liberation. What this means in practical terms is that the universe is literally handing you permission. No, not permission, an invitation to deviate from your carefully constructed plans in favor of something infinitely more aligned with who you are becoming. But here is what I haven't told you yet. Here is the piece that changes everything. The reason you are feeling this strange nervousness, this unsettling sensation in your solar plexus when you consider stepping away from your established trajectory, is not because you are making a mistake. It is because your old identity, the version of you that needed rigid structures and fixed pathways to feel safe, is beginning to dissolve. That nervousness is not a warning sign, it is a birth pang. It is the sensation of your soul expanding beyond the container that once held it, and your human nervous system is simply trying to calibrate to a frequency it has never held before. The souls I am speaking to right meow. You are the ones who have been doing the inner work with relentless dedication. You are the ones who have been showing up day after day, meditating, journaling, clearing old wounds, releasing ancestral patterns, recalibrating your energy field to match the vision of the life you know you are meant to live. And you have been doing something else too, something that perhaps you have not fully recognized. You have been building flexibility into your spiritual musculature. Every time you chose to pivot when life presented you with unexpected information, every time you released control and trusted the intelligence of the moment, you were training for this exact convergence. February 4th carries within it what we in the higher councils call a wrinkle in the fabric of manifest destiny. This is not a flaw, this is not an obstacle. A wrinkle is where new dimensions of possibility become accessible. When the perfectly smooth fabric of your planned future develops a wrinkle, it creates a fold, and within that fold exists a doorway to timelines that were previously unavailable to you. The plans you made when you were operating from a different level of consciousness, those plans were beautiful, they were necessary, they served you perfectly for the version of reality you were navigating then. But you are not that person anymore. You have grown, you have expanded, you have accessed frequencies of knowing that render some of your previous strategies obsolete. What is being asked of you now is something that requires tremendous spiritual courage. You are being asked to trust that the adjustments trying to emerge through your awareness are not distractions from your path. They are the path revealing its next evolution. The ideas flowing through you, the sudden insights about how things could be structured differently, the flashes of inspiration that seem to contradict your established direction, these are not random mental noise. These are transmissions. These are downloads from your higher self showing you the updated route to the destination your soul has been seeking. But I need to be honest with you about something else, something that will help you navigate what is coming. There is a very real tension embedded in this day's energy between the part of you that craves security through predictability and the part of you that knows growth only happens through embracing the unknown. This tension is going to manifest in tangible ways. You might wake up on this day with a crystal clear plan, only to have 3 different things occur by mid-morning that seem to throw everything into question. You might receive information that contradicts assumptions you've been operating from. You might encounter people who present perspectives that disrupt your certainty. You might feel pulled in directions that your logical mind cannot immediately reconcile with your stated goals. This is not the universe testing you. This is the universe upgrading you. The facts on the ground, as they say, are changing because the ground itself is changing. You are standing on a planet that is accelerating its vibrational frequency, and every structure, every plan, every vision that was created from a lower bandwidth of consciousness must be re-examined through the lens of who you have become. The stability you seek does not come from refusing to adjust. The stability you seek comes from anchoring so deeply into your core vision, into the feeling of what you are creating, into the essence of what you desire to experience, that you can remain perfectly centered even as the specific pathways shift and morph around you. Let me paint you a picture of what mastery looks like in this energy. Imagine a river flowing toward the ocean. The river has a destination, it knows where it is going with absolute certainty. But does the river follow a straight line? Does it panic when it encounters a boulder and must split around it? Does it abandon its mission when it discovers a more efficient route through a valley? The river remains utterly committed to its destination while being infinitely flexible about the route. This is what is being activated in you, Meow. This is the level of consciousness you are being invited to embody. The evening hours of February 4th bring a particular gift, a cosmic blessing that I want you to understand so you can receive it fully. As the lunar energies harmonize with the frequencies of sudden awakening, you will likely experience moments of profound clarity about how to integrate everything you are sensing. Form follows function. This is the principle being illuminated. The form your life takes, the structures you build, the plans you make, these must always serve the function of your soul's deepest truth. When you notice that a form is no longer serving its function, you have not failed. You have simply evolved beyond that particular container, and the most spiritually intelligent action is to consciously release it and allow a new form to emerge. There is something I need you to grasp about the nature of visionary planning, because I sense that some of you have been confusing rigidity with commitment. True vision is not rigid. True vision is alive. It breathes. It responds. It incorporates new information without losing sight of its essence. When you created your vision for this year, for this phase of your life, you did so from a particular vantage point of awareness. But you are not standing in the same place anymore. You have climbed higher, you can see further, and from this new vantage point, you are receiving information about more elegant routes, about shortcuts through dimensions you did not even know existed, about opportunities that were not visible to you before. The real question is, are you willing to honor the intelligence of your own expansion? Are you willing to trust that the nervousness you feel is not a signal to retreat back into the comfort of the known, but rather an invitation to stretch into a larger version of yourself? Because what I am seeing from my perspective, what the entire Lyran Council is witnessing as we observe your collective awakening, is that you are right on the edge of something magnificent. You are standing at the threshold of a breakthrough that will fundamentally alter your relationship with manifestation, with creation, with the very fabric of how you engage with physical reality. But here is what makes this moment so critical. Here is why I needed to come through with this transmission specifically for this day. There are souls hearing these words right meow, who are about to talk themselves out of their own miracle. There are beautiful, powerful, awakened beings who are receiving crystal clear guidance about adjustments that need to be made, and they are dismissing this guidance because it does not match the plan they wrote down 3 months ago. They are ignoring the whispers of their intuition because following those whispers would require them to admit that they did not have all the answers when they started. And I need you to understand something with absolute clarity. Your willingness to adapt is not evidence of failure. Your willingness to adjust is evidence of mastery. The beings who transcend limitation are not the ones who stubbornly adhere to plans created from limited awareness. The beings who transcend limitation are the ones who remain so connected to their inner knowing, so attuned to the living intelligence moving through them, that they can pivot on a moment's notice without losing their center. This is what sovereignty looks like. This is what spiritual maturity embodies. You are not a machine following a program. You are a conscious, creative force learning to dance with the infinite intelligence of the cosmos, and sometimes that dance requires you to change your steps mid-song. I want to speak directly to the part of you that is afraid right meow. The part that is gripping tightly to your plans because they represent safety, because they give you something to hold on to in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. I see you. I honor that part of you. That part of you developed as a protection mechanism, as a way to create order in the midst of uncertainty. But I also need you to know that you have outgrown the need for that particular form of protection. You are no longer the person who needs rigid structures to feel safe. You have been building a different kind of safety, a safety that comes from trusting your own inner guidance, from knowing that you are connected to an intelligence far vaster than your individual mind, from recognizing that you are held by forces that love you beyond your capacity to comprehend. The adjustments trying to come through on this day, the wrinkles appearing in your perfectly laid plans, these are not problems to be solved. These are invitations to step into a more fluid, more graceful, more powerful way of creating your reality. And I promise you this, when you look back on this moment 6 months from meow, when you see how perfectly everything unfolded because you had the courage to honor the adjustments that were trying to emerge, you will be astonished at the intelligence that was guiding you. You will recognize that what felt like disruption was actually divine orchestration of the highest order. Let me tell you about what is waiting for you on the other side of this threshold, because you deserve to know what you are walking toward. There is a version of your life that is trying to materialize, a version where you are not constantly fighting against the current, where you are not exhausting yourself trying to force square pegs into round holes, where the natural flow of your existence feels effortless because you have aligned yourself with the actual truth of who you are, rather than who you thought you needed to be. In this version of your life, opportunities appear in perfect timing, resources flow toward you with ease, connections form that catalyze your growth in ways you could never have orchestrated through strategic planning alone. This is not fantasy, this is the natural state of being for a soul who has learned to navigate from their center while remaining flexible in their expression. The challenge you are facing today, this experience of needing to square the facts on the ground with the stability of your visionary planning, this is not happening to you, this is happening for you. It is revealing to you where you have been operating from outdated information, where you have been clinging to strategies that no longer match your frequency, where you have been allowing fear of change to override the wisdom of your intuitive knowing. And the beautiful thing, the truly miraculous thing, is that you are being given the exact cosmic support you need to navigate this recalibration with grace. The harmonic relationship between lunar consciousness and revolutionary insight that peaks in the evening creates a window where your intuition becomes incredibly sharp. You will know what needs to shift. You will feel it in your body, in the subtle sensations that arise when you contemplate different possibilities. Trust those sensations. Trust the guidance that emerges, not from your thinking mind, but from the deeper intelligence of your being. This is your higher self communicating with you in the language of feeling, of knowing, of energetic resonance. I want to address something specific that some of you are experiencing right meow, a particular flavor of confusion that I sense in your field. There are those among you who have been working with manifestation practices, who have been visualizing specific outcomes, who have been affirming particular goals, and meow, you are sensing that these goals need to evolve or transform. You are wondering, does this mean I failed? Does this mean my manifestation practice was wrong? Does this mean I do not know how to create my reality? And I need you to hear this. You have not failed. Your practice was perfect. You created exactly what you needed to create in order to become the person who could receive the next level of what is available to you. Manifestation is not a linear process where you set a goal and then march toward it in a straight line until you arrive. Manifestation is a spiral, an evolutionary unfolding where each level of achievement reveals new information about what is truly possible, about what your soul actually desires beyond what your conditioned mind could imagine. The adjustments trying to come through meow are not evidence that you got it wrong before. They are evidence that you got it so right that you have outgrown your original vision and are meow ready for something that more accurately reflects the frequency you have become. This is the nature of growth on an ascending planet. Everything is accelerating. The time between intention and manifestation is compressing. The gap between who you are and who you are becoming is narrowing. And in this acceleration, you must become increasingly skilled at the art of real-time adjustment, of honoring the evolutionary impulse moving through you, even when it contradicts your previous declarations. This is not instability, this is intelligence. This is consciousness itself, showing you the more direct path to what you have been seeking. I need you to understand something about the broader context of what is occurring right meow, not just on this specific day, but in this entire phase of your planet's evolution. You are living through what we call the Great Unfixing, a period where all rigid structures, internal and external, are being revealed as temporary constructs that must meow yield to more fluid, more organic, more alive ways of being. The old paradigm taught you that success meant creating a solid plan and executing it with unwavering discipline. The new paradigm teaches you that mastery means staying so connected to your core essence that you can dance with the ever-shifting landscape of possibility without losing yourself in the chaos. You are being trained in real time to become artists of adaptation, sculptors of the moment, weavers of timelines who can hold multiple potentials simultaneously and choose in each instant the thread that most accurately expresses your truth. This is advanced soul work. This is the curriculum of ascension. And you were specifically chosen to be here during this time because your soul carries the capacity for this level of fluidity, this degree of trust, this depth of surrender to the intelligence that is orchestrating your becoming. The facts on the ground that you are trying to square with your visionary planning, let me tell you what those facts actually are. The fact is that you are more powerful than you were when you made those plans. The fact is that you have access to frequencies of creation that were not available to you before. The fact is that your vibration has shifted so significantly that the old pathways literally cannot contain the magnitude of what is trying to come through you. Meow. These are the facts. And when you understand them clearly, you recognize that adjusting your plans is not a compromise, it is an upgrade. There is a specific practice I want to offer you for navigating this day and the energies it contains. Throughout February 4th, I invite you to check in with your body whenever you feel that nervous sensation arising, that uncomfortable feeling that emerges when you consider deviating from your established plan. Instead of interpreting that sensation as a warning, I want you to ask it a question. Is this nervousness the fear of change, or is this nervousness the excitement of growth? Because here is what most people do not realize. The physiological sensation of fear and the physiological sensation of excitement are nearly identical. The tightness in your chest, the fluttering in your stomach, the heightened alertness, these occur in both states. The difference is not in the sensation itself, but in the story you tell about what that sensation means. When you feel that nervous energy arising as you contemplate the adjustments that want to emerge, I invite you to consciously reframe it as anticipation. Your system is not warning you of danger. Your system is preparing you for expansion. It is mobilizing energy to support you in taking the leap into the unknown. And when you recognize this, when you shift your interpretation from something is wrong to something is emerging, the entire quality of your experience transforms. You move from resistance to readiness. You shift from contraction to curiosity. You open yourself to receive the guidance that is trying to come through. As the evening unfolds on this day and the lunar energies harmonize with the frequencies of awakening, I want you to create space for stillness. Find a quiet moment, even if just for a few breaths, to sit with the question, what is trying to emerge through me that I have been afraid to acknowledge? Do not force an answer. Do not strain toward clarity. Simply create the space and allow whatever wants to surface to make itself known. You might receive an image, a feeling, a knowing, a sudden memory, or a flash of inspiration. However it comes, trust it. This is your higher self communicating with you through the refined frequencies of this particular cosmic moment. There is something else happening beneath the surface of this day's energy that I want to illuminate for you, because understanding this will help you navigate not just February 4th, but the entire trajectory you are on. The moon's relationship with revolutionary insight represents a bridging of the feminine and masculine aspects of creation. The lunar consciousness holds the receptive, intuitive, emotional intelligence that knows without needing proof. The revolutionary force carries the active, catalytic, sudden breakthrough energy that propels you forward. When these two energies harmonize, you are being given access to whole brain consciousness, to a state where your intuition and your intellect work in perfect partnership. This is the consciousness required to navigate the new earth that is emerging. You cannot rely solely on linear thinking to create in these frequencies. You cannot depend only on feeling and intuition without grounding them in practical action. You need both. You need the vision and the vessel. You need the dream and the discipline. But, and this is crucial, the discipline must serve the dream, not override it. The structure must support the vision, not imprison it. This is the balance you are learning to strike, and February 4th is offering you a masterclass in this integration. For some of you, the adjustments trying to emerge are small, subtle recalibrations in how you approach your daily practices or your work or your relationships. For others, the adjustments are massive, life-altering pivots that require you to completely reimagine what you thought was your path. Both are valid, both are perfect. There is no hierarchy in spiritual evolution. A small, conscious adjustment made with full presence and trust is every bit as powerful as a dramatic life change. What matters is not the size of the adjustment, but your willingness to honor what is true for you in this moment, regardless of what you declared as true for yourself in the past. I sense there are souls hearing this transmission who have been experiencing a particular kind of grief, a mourning for the vision they held that meow feels like it no longer fits. You have been questioning yourself, wondering if you lacked commitment, wondering if you gave up too easily. And I need you to release this story immediately. The vision did not fail. You did not fail. What happened is that you grew beyond that particular expression of your purpose, and your soul is calling you toward a more expansive, more authentic embodiment of why you are here. This is cause for celebration, not self-judgment. This means you have successfully completed a cycle and are ready for the next level of your becoming. The wrinkles appearing in your plans, the intriguing complexities that need smoothing out, these are invitations to bring more of your creative intelligence into your manifestation process. When you encounter something that does not fit the expected pattern, instead of seeing it as a problem, recognize it as an opportunity to innovate, to improvise, to allow a solution to emerge that you never would have discovered had everything gone exactly according to plan. Some of the most profound breakthroughs in your life will come not from executing your plans flawlessly, but from how you respond when those plans encounter unexpected variables. This is what separates those who thrive in these ascending energies from those who struggle, the willingness to treat life as a creative collaboration rather than a battle to control outcomes. When you approach your existence with the understanding that you are co-creating with an intelligence that sees pathways you cannot yet perceive, that holds possibilities you have not yet imagined, you relax into a state of curious engagement rather than anxious control. You become interested in what wants to happen rather than rigid about what you decided should happen. If you need help treating life as a creative collaboration rather than a battle to control outcomes in every moment, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to relax into curious engagement instead of anxious control and see the pathways that want to emerge through you. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed rigidity and resistance and repurposing it to serve co-creative flow. It generates personalized sequences that help you embody the understanding that you are collaborating with an intelligence that sees possibilities you have not yet imagined and become interested in what wants to happen rather than rigid about what you decided should happen. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to embrace curious engagement in this very moment rather than anxious control. The collaboration is available meow, not someday. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial meow before this co-creative window closes, link in the description. As we move toward the culmination of this day's energy in the evening hours, I want you to pay attention to what brings you a sense of rightness in your body. Not what your mind thinks you should do, not what you believe others expect from you, not what the plan says comes next, but what actually feels aligned when you check in with the deepest truth of your being. This feeling of rightness is your soul's confirmation system, your internal GPS guiding you toward the highest expression of your path. It might whisper quietly at first, especially if you have spent years overriding it in favor of external authority or rigid planning, but it is there, and it is trying to guide you home to yourself. The broader vision you hold, the aspirations that have been driving you, these are not being abandoned when you make adjustments to how you achieve them. In fact, you are honoring them more deeply by being willing to evolve your approach as you evolve as a being. Your goals and visions are living entities, not static pronouncements carved in stone. They grow as you grow, they refine as you refine. And the more you understand this, the more you can hold your visions with both commitment and flexibility, with both passion and permission to adapt. I want to speak to those of you who are natural leaders, who are way showers for others, who are teachers and guides in your communities. You might be feeling particular pressure around this energy because you have publicly declared certain intentions or pathways, and you worry that changing course will appear inconsistent or unreliable to those who look to you for stability. But I need you to understand something. The most powerful teaching you can offer is the demonstration of conscious evolution. When you show others that it is safe to honor your growth, even when it means deviating from previous declarations, you give them permission to do the same. Your willingness to be authentic in your own process liberates others from the prison of performing consistency at the cost of truth. The stability you provide as a leader does not come from never changing. It comes from being transparent about your process, from modeling integrity with your own evolution, from showing that it is possible to remain grounded in your core values while being flexible about the forms through which those values express. This is the leadership the world needs, meow. Not rigid adherence to outdated structures, but dynamic alignment with ever-deepening truth. As this transmission draws toward its completion, I want to return to where we began, because I need you to understand the full significance of what you are being offered. The greatest act of spiritual mastery is knowing when to break your own plans, when to step outside the carefully constructed container you have built, when to honor the evolutionary impulse that is calling you toward territories you did not map when you started this journey. And you are standing in that moment right meow. You are being asked to demonstrate this mastery. You are being invited to trust yourself at a level you have never trusted before. The nervousness you feel is not a warning, it is the sensation of your old skin becoming too small for the being you are becoming. It is the friction of transformation, the discomfort of expansion, the growing pains of a soul stretching into its next octave of expression. And beneath that nervousness, if you listen closely, you will find excitement, you will discover anticipation, you will uncover a deep, bone-level knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing, even if it looks nothing like what you thought it would look like when you began. This is your invitation to step into the flow state of creation, where you are so connected to your essence that you can navigate by feel rather than by map, where you trust the intelligence of the moment more than the security of the plan, where you understand that the greatest adventures happen not when you follow the path you plotted, but when you have the courage to wander into the wilderness of possibility and discover what was waiting there for you all along. You are free to change. You are free to evolve. You are free to honor what is true, meow, even if it contradicts what was true before. This freedom is not chaos. This freedom is the birthright of a conscious being, learning to dance with the living intelligence of creation itself. And you have earned this freedom through every moment of inner work you have done, through every pattern you have released, through every time you chose truth over comfort, through every instance where you stood in your power, even when it would have been easier to hide. I am Zarin from the Lyran High Council. We love you beyond measure, and we are watching over you with such profound respect for the journey you are undertaking. Trust yourself, trust the adjustments, trust the process. You are not lost, you are becoming found.